Welcome back to 5 Minutes of X, where 5 is more like 5 to 10. I'm reading every mutant comic Marvel ever made in order, and this week we get to see if McBags can finally win one over the X-Peeps. Okay, so a viewer sent a message to me asking what happened to the character spotlights that I was doing early on. I had kind of dropped them due to time, and I thought they weren't too well received. It appears that they were well received, and I plan to bring them back in some capacity and catch up with some of the mutants that I missed. Looking at you, Polaris and Havok. So a little peek behind the curtain about the two issues I was having with them at the time. I was having this issue where I would explain the character in the same issue that they were debuted in, and it kind of messed with the excitement of learning about a new character as they were revealed. Right now I'm thinking about doing spotlights on characters in their second appearance. More to follow on this, I promise. Alright, so the X-Men number 63 was released on October 14th, 1969. It's the only mutant-containing book from that month. Neal Adams is drawing Magneto so well, it's hard to remember that Roy Thomas will write another arc with him losing. So let's just get into it, I guess. So we pick up with a splash page of Angel flying toward the X-Men to try to stop them from attacking the man who saved his life, Magneto. He doesn't know yet. We get a very menacing silver-haired shot of McBags, this time with those weird metal braces on his fingers. I think we saw them in the last issue too. They go unexplained, but they do look really cool. Magneto is making mutants, and he plans to take over the world with them. As Angel flies towards the X-Men, Ka-Zar brings him down to the ground. He's given a chance to explain why he's coming from the bad boy base, and in his explanation, he likens the man that saved him to Professor X. Boy, is he gonna have egg on his face in just a minute. But before any more talking can occur, Magneto's mutants attack, and a battle ensues. Ka-Zar leads the team back to the bad boy base. Angel heads in, trying to warn his savior about the attack, but he overhears that his benefactor isn't the nice Professor X alike that he had thought. Magneto puts on the helmet, and all sides are drawn. McBags does tell a brief story of how he got to the Savage Land, as he fell from the escaping plane after being betrayed by Toad all those issues ago. He used his power to burrow through the bottom of the ocean and into the Savage Land itself. Since then, Magneto has been turning people in the Savage Land into his mutant army. So the X-Men and Ka-Zar enter the base, and Magneto plays his hand. A mutant named Lorelei is revealed. She's a platinum-haired siren who immediately turns the four male X-Peeps into drooling horny boys. Jean does not dig this at all. Magneto asks her to join him, and she refuses. Over the course of just a couple of pages, she totally kicks his ass. She uses Cyclops eye beams by forcing his head to knock out Magneto's weapon and then his mutant making machine. The machine falls on Magneto, and he admits as the rubble falls on him that he doesn't have time to do anything other than die. Okay, well, anyway, in any case, the mutants are turned back to swamp savages, and the issue just kind of ends. This issue is all right. I don't like that Magneto's mutants turn back to normal. It would have been better to let them just stay mutants, and I don't particularly enjoy yet another Magneto death. I mean, we just saw one basically 2 times ago that he was in the comic. The arc continues to be a 10 out of 10 though, and while it was a little short, the Angel story where he was back and forth between the X-Peeps and Magneto was pretty fun. That could have gone on for like another issue or two without me getting bored. But in this era, nothing ever took its time. It's also really like the continuing trope of Ka-Zar being like 5 steps ahead of every visitor that comes to his land. Well, you've earned your X-Gene for the day. Want more mutant content? Hit up Jordy.com. The mutant character guide, the mutant reading list, and whatever other rabbit hole I've fallen into. New episodes come out on Wednesdays at noon and Fridays at 4 p.m. Eastern.